Listen closely, because this story isn't for the faint-hearted. It's about a family that fell apart, a darkness that crept into their home, and the night God walked into their brokenness in a way they never expected. What you're about to hear might change the way you see God. The Harper family used to be normal, or at least they tried to be. A father who worked too much, a mother who cried too quietly, 3 kids who learned to pretend. But over the years, something cold settled into their home. Not a ghost, not a demon, just emptiness. They argued more, ate separately, stopped saying good night, stopped saying, I love you. The father, James, drank to silence the stress. The mother, Evelyn, prayed even when she wasn't sure God listened. The kids, Noah, Grace, and little Eli, learned to survive in the shadows of grown-up pain. And the house felt darker every day, not because the lights were off, but because the family's hearts were. One night, James came home later than usual, drunk, angry, full of frustration he didn't know how to carry. The argument exploded. Words became weapons, and fear filled the children's rooms like smoke. Grace held Eli under the blanket. Noah stood in the hallway, frozen, hungry for someone, anyone, to make it stop. Suddenly James threw a glass. It hit the wall, shattered, and in the silence that followed, Evelyn whispered through tears, "We can't live like this anymore." But James didn't answer. He just grabbed his keys and walked out into the night without looking back. The door slammed hard enough to shake the house. Little Eli cried. Grace trembled. Noah punched the wall in quiet rage, and Evelyn collapsed to the floor, heartbroken, helpless, hopeless. For the first time in years, she said the name she'd been afraid to say. God, please. But nothing happened, or so she thought. 3 days passed. James didn't return. Bills piled up. Food ran low. Hope drained out. Then, one night, a storm rolled in, violent, loud, and unnatural. Wind slammed the windows. Thunder shook the walls. The house felt, watched. The children huddled together. Evelyn paced the living room, whispering prayers through trembling lips. Then suddenly, the power went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Eli screamed. Grace sobbed. Noah tried to be brave, but his voice cracked. Mom, something's in the house. Evelyn's heart dropped. She grabbed the kids and held them close. Her voice broke as she cried, God, if you're real, help us. Please, we're falling apart. For a moment the storm seemed to pause, as if the whole world was listening. Then, something happened. Something they would never forget. A soft light appeared in the hallway. Not bright, not blinding, just warm, golden, alive. The storm raged outside, but inside, every sound faded. The children stopped crying. Evelyn's shaking ceased. The darkness lifted. The light glowed stronger, filling the house with a peace they had never felt before. No voice spoke aloud, yet each of them heard the same message deep inside their hearts. You are not alone. I have been here. I will restore what was broken. Evelyn fell to her knees, sobbing. Noah covered his mouth in disbelief. Grace held Eli, who whispered, Mom, is that God? And for the first time in years, Evelyn answered without fear, Yes, I think it is. The light slowly faded, but the peace stayed. The storm ended, and the house felt different, whole, protected, seen. 2 days later, James returned. Not drunk, not angry, but broken. His eyes were red. His hands shook. He told them he had a dream of their house filled with a glowing light, and a voice telling him, "Go home." Evelyn's heart stopped. The children stared in shock. James collapsed to his knees and whispered, "I don't know what happened, but I want to change. I need help. I need God." No one spoke. They just embraced him for the first time in years. That night, the Harper family sat together with a Bible they hadn't opened in a long time. They prayed, cried, forgave, healed. Not instantly, not perfectly, but truly. And every once in a while, when the nights grew quiet and fear tried to creep back in, they would feel that same warm presence, the reminder, you are not alone. This story isn't about a perfect family. It's about a broken one, just like so many others. But even in the darkness, even when everything falls apart, even when you think God has left, He is still there, still waiting, still listening. Sometimes He doesn't stop the storm. He shows up inside it, and when He does, everything changes.